What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Jayhawker Podcast. My name is Nate Bucati. It's great to have you with us. We are brought to you by, as always, the University of Kansas Health Systems and by Xfinity. Get the smartest Wi-Fi only from Xfinity. Imagine that. Well, we got a big show today because if you can believe it, coming up in just a couple of days, depending on when you're listening to this podcast, Friday, October 17th, 6:30 p.m., late night in the Phog, the 41st edition, as we get ready for college basketball season. The gates opening at 5 o'clock for fans to enjoy activities on the concourse, including a kids zone, basketball equipment displayed, uniform, shoes, travel gear, all kinds of cool stuff. They're going to have a scrimmage between the women's basketball team under the direction of Brandon Schneider, and then, of course, the men's basketball team following the women's scrimmage, and entertainers, videos, dances, all kinds of great stuff. You know how big of an event late night always is. So with that in mind, we've got a couple of featured stars coming up, both from the men's and women's side of basketball for KU to join us on the show today. Freshman Kohl Rosario joins us, and we're talking about a unanimous preseason All Big 12 selection who enters her junior season on the women's side, Samaya Nichols. They're both with us on the show. We're going to have a little fun here, interviewing both at the same time here. First of all, Kohl, thanks for joining us. How are you, man?
Doing great. Blessed to be on here. Thank you for having me.
And Samaya, I've had you, I remember talking to you last year on this show, getting ready for a big season. Now it's back for junior season. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. Thanks for having me back.
Okay, so let's start with this. Since you've been through this late night hubbub before, you know what it's all about. What can you tell my man Kohl here that he's in store for? Can you describe what's about to happen on Friday?
It's okay. Late night is very fun. It's chaotic and it's super hot. Let me tell you that. Low key, it's kind of like a visualization of what your game will look like a game for you guys. It will look exactly just like that, and it's gonna be nervous and embarrassing when you go out there and dance in the middle of the crowd. But late night is fun. You'll always remember a late night every single time.
Okay, so when you say it's going to be for Kohl, what a game day feels like, are you talking about the atmosphere, the
Yes.
packed house, everybody going crazy?
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly that. Everyone's cheering, beating on the stands, I guess, beating on the stands, and it's hot. It is going to be really hot because everyone is there. What is that? Everyone is there, and yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of body heat. There's a lot of body heat in the building, and once you get into the wintertime, it's kind of nice, but we're not quite there yet. You know, the one thing though, Samaya, about that, I had the chance to do play-by-play for the Kansas women's basketball team for 14 years. And there were a couple times when they made deep runs into the NIT and tournaments like that where we saw the place absolutely packed. And I feel like we're seeing that growth in the women's game now, where all of a sudden crowds are getting bigger. The atmosphere is getting a little bit better. What's that been like for you, your journey at the University of Kansas, especially as you guys continue to have more and more success?
For one, you can already see the big difference that's already been made. We already have increase in our season ticket sales, and the atmosphere, we need them personally. We feed off their energy, and as long as we keep loving on them, they keep loving on us, we're going to get the people to our games. And I'm sorry, there's something going on. And again, we need our fans. We need our fans.
Well, hopefully the crowds get even better and better. I know that's been growing. Kohl, when you hear all this, what goes through your mind as you get ready for this first late night?
I would just say it gets me really excited. I've never really played in an atmosphere like that before. I've seen videos. I haven't been here in person. So I'm really excited to experience it for the first time. All the fans, traditions that they got going on, and I'm just ready to play, to be honest.
So you're a young man who reclassified, joined what is a really highly touted class coming in as well. Now that you've, I mean, and I've talked to you before we got on the air, being a kid that's from South Florida, it's quite a different landscape, I would think, than the University of Kansas. How has the university treated you so far? How are you liking your time? What are you noticing the most about it?
I would say I've been doing a lot of golfing now. Besides basketball, just been doing golfing and playing basketball. That's how I spend my days here.
How's your game?
It's getting better. Definitely when I got here, wasn't the best, but I'm definitely getting better.
Golf in Kansas is a lot different than golf in Florida, isn't it?
It is.
Well, so let's talk a little bit about the basketball part of things first. I'm going to come back to you, Samaya. We talked about, I just mentioned that the men's basketball team has a really highly touted recruiting class coming in. You were maybe the highest rated basketball player to ever come to the University of Kansas on the women's side, at least in quite some time, at least since back in my day, so to speak. And you got more coming in. Tell us a little bit about it. It sounds to me like you were pretty active in helping recruit some of these kids that are now coming to the women's side. Tell us about what excites you the most about this group and how involved were you in the process?
Yes, I would say I am a very good recruiter. For one, they really just want to be a part of the program. They buy in every single day, and they look amazing on the court. Their work ethic is top tier. They're always in the gym, and they're always in the gym with a coach, especially just working on things that they need to do specifically. In their recruiting process, I told them straight up, like, this is what type of team it is. This is the type of team that we need to be. And I give them, like, examples of the type of coach Brandon is. Like, that is someone that you want to be coached by.
So what are the biggest selling points?
The biggest selling points, let's see. For one, you get me as a teammate because I feel like I feel cursed right now. Like, what is that?
I don't know. I don't know what that is, but you're back.
Oh my gosh. The biggest selling points. Okay, again, I said you get to play with me. And for two, like, just selling them with the goals that we have for the program and wanting to be an amazing program and just putting Kansas women's basketball, like, on the map. And I feel like they all had the same goals and wanted to be a part of that legacy, really.
So, Cole, for you as a freshman, how much did you know about the other kids that are coming into this group ahead of time? I know you played in the same program with some of these guys. Tell me what that relationship has been like maybe before you got here and what it's like now.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I played with a couple of guys from OTE, with Samis and also Bryson Tiller. So I did have a relationship with them before I got here. But it was a different look because I didn't play against a lot of other guys since they were the class in front of me. So it was a pleasure to meet all of them and play with them as well.
I understand, Cole, that you're a heck of an outside shooter. That's one of the things that I know is incredibly important in today's game. But I also know that you listed the way that you describe yourself as a player is the competitive part of it. You know, that you want to be identified by that. And I'm kind of curious where I know your dad was a player, your mom was a volleyball player. Where did that mindset come from that you wanted to be identified by your work ethic and by your competitiveness?
Yeah. So one of the things I go by is just to be the best version of myself. And I like to say, like, if I'm going to do something, I might as well do it 100%. So that's what I bring on the court is just going 100% all the time. And that's going to help my team.
I know the coach self can be pretty demanding. How does that level, like, do you find yourself realizing there's new levels you can even reach when it comes to that hard work and competitiveness that maybe you knew before?
Yeah, Coach Self, he definitely pushes me to become a better player, to work even harder too. So I feel like we feed off each other's energy pretty good.
So I remember talking to you last year about the influence your mom, I think, had, if I remember correctly, in your mindset as a player and the way you wanted to be a team first player and all that. Could you maybe explore on that a little bit more? Like because I know that last year Coach Snyder talked about you really taking that mindset of a leadership role. Now you've got another year under your belt. How have you evolved maybe from last year to this year in that regard?
Yeah. Last year I was definitely, I feel like I've always been like a lead by example person, just going hard or paying attention to the little details. This year I had to move more to like being more of a vocal leader, and just correcting things when they need to be corrected, or when practice isn't going how we need it to go. Like I just have the ability to just stop practice, huddle everybody, and like just get on them. Like, look, we don't look that good, and making like snap of a finger changes really. So definitely just being more vocal.
That comes with an amount of pressure, doesn't it? In terms of like, if you're going to be that leader, then you have to be at that standard every day, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like if I mess up, then. But I feel like we, as a team, we take accountability for ourselves as well. Like we'll be like, oh, that's me. But sometimes like it gets to a point where we're in a championship game and you can't be like, that's me. And we try and stress that factor a lot. Gotcha.
We're getting ready for late night. It's coming up on Friday. Kohl, one of the things I also know that you've listed, you wear number 7, and that's a faith-based thing, because you feel like when you're playing on the court, you're honoring God. You know, that's your vehicle to do that, which I think is a really powerful thing. And speaking of pressure, it kind of got me to thinking, like, on the one hand, I could see that making like taking some of the pressure off, because you're representing something bigger than yourself. But on the flip side, it could be more pressure because you're representing the most important thing there is. So like, how do you look at that? Does it maybe take some of that burden off of you when you think about the fact that you're playing for something bigger than yourself, or how do you evaluate it?
Yes, I mean, it definitely takes all the pressure off. Before I play a game, I pray and I tell God just to use me. Like, if you want me to have a good game, let me have a good game, just for the Lord's will to be done. And I just play for God, and whatever happens, happens. And I play free. I feel like I play a lot more free when I just give my game to God.
Freedom is a big part of basketball, isn't it, Samaya? I feel like it's a reaction-based game, right? Like if you're out there programmed and robotic, you're not going to play the way you need to play.
You were right. You got it.
I got it here. I'm summing it all up. All right, let's bring it back to the fun that we're going to have on Friday. Because Kohl, I don't know if you heard. But Samaya pointed it out. There's going to be some dancing involved. You know, there's going to be some skits. How do you feel about your dancing shoes? You know, are you prepared for this aspect of the event?
Well, we've had some practices as a team, and I've had some practices by myself too in front of the mirror. So I think I myself will be prepared.
What's your reaction to that, Samaya?
I'm just trying to imagine him in the mirror dancing.
I mean,
we've all done it. I need to see.
Yeah, we have. That's real. That's so
listen. I before every high school dance, I was doing that like back in the day. So I remember. But the thing is, I'm 5'8", so I don't need that long of a mirror. What are you, 6'5", 6'6"?
Yes.
That's a long mirror you got to find, right?
It definitely is. Yeah.
But you feel like you got it down. Like you feel like you're in a position where you learn your dance steps, and then from that point on, you just kind of let God handle it, right?
Hopefully I got it down.
So let's just bring it home with this. Like for the fans that want to come see the women's basketball team, Samaya, what would you tell them? Why do they need to get there on Friday night? What's in store? How much fun is this going to be?
I think it's a sneak peek to what we're going to do this season. It's completely different. It's new, but it looks really good. Like, we look really good, and you can tell that our culture has enhanced even more, and you can really tell that we love each other on that court, no matter what we're doing, whether we're dancing or whether we're playing in that scrimmage. So I feel like that's something that they can really look forward to seeing and look forward to supporting as well.
Okay, guys, this is we're talking about unanimous All Big 12 player, supplemented by a highly touted recruiting class that's coming in as well on the women's side, and Kohl, part of a very highly touted freshman class that everybody's excited to see. One of the best things about late night is when you get to see a sneak peek of the players that we've heard so much about coming in. What would you say people are in for, Kohl? What are you hoping to show on Friday night?
I'd say a lot of highlights, a lot of good energy. Everyone's playing really well together. and I think it's going to be fun to put on a show for the fans.
And a man who's rehearsed his dance steps. We got to give him that. He is not coming into this unprepared. So that's one thing that I just want to say right now, because that's important. Preparation is key. Kohl, Samaya, thank you both so much for the time. Appreciate it. We can't wait for the basketball season to start, and good luck at late night.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so that is this edition of the Jayhawker Podcast. Once again, we are brought to you by Xfinity. Get the smartest Wi-Fi only from Xfinity, and also by the University of Kansas Health Systems. Again, I want to remind everybody, Late Night in the Phog, set for Friday, October 17th, 6:30 Central Time, inside historic Allen Fieldhouse. It's the 41st annual Late Night in the Phog. It's going to be a blast. They open the gates at 5 o'clock. It's there for all the fans to enjoy, and we hope to see you there. So hopefully, and don't forget, by the way, that chance for a student to win $10,000 from Bill Self by making a half-court shot. It's going to be pretty cool. The Rock Chalk dancers are there. The Spirit Squad's there. The band is there. Everybody's there. It's awesome. It's late night. You know all about it. So we'll see you there on Friday night, and we'll see you next week on another edition of the Jayhawker Podcast.